Hello, and welcome. Thank you very much for joining my first live stream in Korea. And yeah, it's I'm here slightly later than what I expected, but oh well, I'm here nonetheless. So if there's any questions or if there's anything you would like to ask, feel free to share your questions in the chat. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions you may have. But as you can see here, I have my lounge and all my stuff has arrived eventually. So it's great that I'm here with everything, my microphone, my computer, my camera, and all this is ready to go. But thank you ever so much. So like I said, don't forget to post your questions in the comments. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions you may have. And it could be about teaching, it could be about career, it could be about anything that you may want to know. And I'm here. So I've got my cup of tea at the ready, and yeah, bear with me whilst I catch my breath. But as you may see behind me, getting all ready for Christmas. It's quite nice, and yeah, thankfully all our stuff have arrived. You can see all my books behind me, piano, saxophone, and my little Christmas stock in there. And funnily enough, yesterday it started snowing in Korea for the first time. So it's been quite nice, yeah. But I was quite surprised at how cold it's got over the past few days. Anyway, oh, what have we got here? Scarlet Imposter 2. Hello, sorry for bothering you. I want to offer. Oh, bye bye. Anyway, where was I? Yes, so arrived in Korea maybe almost 3 months ago, 21st of August. And it took a month and a half for all our stuff to arrive eventually in Korea. And we got here with all our stuff finally unpacked and all sorts of things like that. So it was great. But yeah, we're here and settled and getting into the swing of things in terms of work and that side of things. But anyway, yeah, gosh, I'm hot. Bear with me. Anyway, let me see if I can find some pictures to share of hometown where I am. It's quite nice. So here is one picture. Let's see if I can share my screen. It's been a while since I've done this. So one moment. There we go. So as you can see here, got my hometown. That's quite nice. And we got quite a nice few gardens around there, parks, what have you. So it's kind of pretty, but there's also some nice rivers that go round, and you can really enjoy walking and that side of things. But when I first arrived, it was really hot. The end of the summer, and as I mentioned yesterday, it just started snowing, and again, I have one picture of the snow. Let's see if I can share. And I was really fortunate for it to start snowing. So this was last night, and nice snow. And I did have a video. If I show you briefly, where are we? Yeah, here we are. Yeah, I'm on. It's taken us a while, but as you can see, very nice and all good. Really, really cold. And there we are. Gosh. But by the time it finished snowing, by the time I got up in the morning, all the snow disappeared. So it was a short-lived experience. Anyhow. Right. Any questions? Like I said, feel free to post your questions in the comments. I'm more than happy to answer any questions. It could be about career, could be about teaching, could be about online teaching, education, that sort of thing. And I did have a question a number of weeks ago on my channel, where some people were asking whether I'm still working on Preply, and I am. So I'm still teaching on Preply. However, the students that I had in Europe are on European time zone, of course, and I'm 8 or 9 hours ahead of those students. So I end up teaching predominantly in the evenings, and at the weekends I have no students. However, there's some students that are starting to come through from this area where I'm living, Southeast Asia and Korea. But it's going to be a while until I get any sort of particular regular students committing to teaching online. So at the moment, I've been working since September. Where are we now? November, so 2.5 months, and heading towards the end of the term, my first term, and then there's going to be short 3-week course, 3 weeks off, and then back second term, what have you. So it's kind of fun and interesting. Anyway, looking forward to the end of the term. It's been quite a interesting and quite a challenging first term, obviously adapting to a new work environment, culture, establishing our home here and getting everything ready. But so far, so good. And I suppose for me, the most challenging that I've encountered in Korea in general could be the climate. Initially, the climate's been kind of difficult in the summer. It's been really hot, and then the winter has been absolutely freezing, and also the amount of people within such a small space. Whereas in the UK, it's quite open and there's a bit more space available, so there's not such a small amount of people in such a small space, and I found that quite challenging to adapt to, but getting there slowly. And I find the public transport here really, really good. So the reason why I was a bit late today was ended up going to another city and then coming back, and then starting this just a little bit later than expected. So I'm going to call it a short live stream today. So, I'll be quite happy to finish off in 20 minutes or so. However, in that time, as it's my first episode of experiences of South Korea, I thought I'd share some experiences that I've had. And I suppose for me, I guess one experience would be the um, particular days in Korea where they celebrate certain things. And this time last week, it was a special day. And let me just show you a short video here. And I've got here short video, and you can see these sort of chocolate sticks, and they're called pepro. And the 11th of November, we've got here, 11th of November. And these sticks represent the day and the month. And it's quite a nice little time where, young kids and young adults buy their, their friends and partners, boyfriends, girlfriends, these pepero, these chocolate sticks. And you can see they're kind of covered, and you've got these lovely little boxes. It's absolutely beautiful, and I found these particular days in Korea, these particular days that Koreans celebrate, really nice. And yeah, I love it. These particular days, I guess the equivalent in the UK would be maybe a Valentine's, or Valentine's Day. But then again, in Korea, there's Valentine's Day and Black Day. I'm not entirely sure, but we'll see. Hey, I've got a visitor here. What do you want? Oh, and this little cat. Come on. Where are you going? This little cat, she travelled all the way from the UK, and we got her to Korea safely in one piece. Yeah. Let me see if I can find any particular other experiences. Not really. Keep going. Oh yeah. This was quite good when. If I just show my screen, it's kind of slow, but one moment. There we go. So I just show. You can see this little device was being used to get all our goods back up to our floor, and quite nice. Let's just pause there, and here we are. You can see here various things. Gosh, it's going real slow. Sorry, one moment. Let's stop. Screen. Taking a while. There we go. That's better. Back to normal. Ooh. All right. Yeah, so this particular device kind of brings your goods and furniture all the way up to your floor, and you can get different ones. So you've got certain apartments that are, on the 20th floor or 30th floor, and you need a really big one, like a big crane, to take all your stuff up to that floor. So it's quite nice. Right. Got our first comment here, Isa. Hello, Martin. Thanks so much for your wonderful videos. I've recently passed the CELTA through a face-to-face course. Now I'd like to teach online. How can I learn the technical aspects of it? Really interesting question. Thank you, Isa, for the nice question. And also thank you for joining, becoming a member of this little community here. I guess the first aspect would be to practice. It's quite difficult to begin with, can be quite overwhelming, but it's really important to just dive in and feel that, okay, I'm going to make a mistake with the technological side of things. But as long as you accept that, then you're going to be okay. And then learning from your mistakes. That would be the best way to go about it first. And I would recommend, if you want to start off teaching online, first of all, start off small. So just get a laptop and a decent pair of headphones, and yeah, go through it, and you'll soon discover, with a small setup, okay, you would work out how things work and start to learn the different tools and the different things that you could use to help you, and learn the different software like PowerPoint or Google Slides or Word or Google Documents. As long as you start to invest just a short amount of time in these different tools, then you're going to be fine. And then once you have your laptop and you feel, okay, I want to get something a bit more, then you could go, okay, laptop, external monitor. And then you could build it up that way. And then from laptop, monitor, then you can think about, okay, I'm going to get a Bluetooth keyboard or a Bluetooth mouse or trackpad. And then you go, okay, well, the quality of the camera is not great, but I'll get a webcam, and you can get all these extra devices to help make your setup a little bit more professional and a little bit more interesting, and it's more affordable than it was a number of years ago. And then finally you could say, okay, I'm going to get a microphone, and then hopefully improve the quality of my teaching, online teaching, with microphone, webcam, monitor, etc., and all these different devices. And then there are plenty videos online. I've shared a number of videos myself about teaching all the technical aspects like PowerPoint, and how to share your PowerPoint in a small window rather than it just blowing up to the full screen. And there's all these little tricks and things that you can learn. But then, it's a bit like, okay, got to try it out first, and then if it's not going to work, then I'll try and figure out a way how to make it work. And that would be my best recommendation. Or ask. Feel free to ask here, and I'll be happy to try and help you on your journey on to becoming a better online English teacher, particularly the technical aspects. But yeah, thank you. It's a really interesting question, and I'm really pleased that you've passed your CELTA, the face to face. I'm curious, was it a 4-week course, or did you have it over like 9 weeks or 12 weeks? Because they're a bit more flexible nowadays in terms of the intensity of it. But yeah, thank you again for your Nice question. And perhaps the only one today, unless there are some other people who want to ask a question. Again, don't be shy. Feel free to ask a question in the chat. I'd be more than happy to help. And discuss any queries that you may have. Right. We've got 3 of us here, which is great. So thank you for joining. I know that some people might not. Well, I started off late, so maybe not everybody was as patient as everyone that's here now. But thank you for joining. I'm going to finish in about 7 minutes. But I appreciate everybody's time, and for it to be our first episode in Korea, I think it's quite a short, nice, keep it short and sweet. And besides, it's almost 11 at night, but I'll be here. Will I be here next week? Well, next Saturday I have a conference. I'm giving a talk at a conference, which I'm looking really forward to. I've got to prepare for that this week, on top of the teaching and everything else like that. But yeah, where's my cat? My cat's not here. Right. Great, thank you. It was a 5-week course, but intensive enough to my taste. Yeah, 5 weeks. Yeah. I think 4 or 5-week course, it can be pretty intense, but once it's done, it's done. And I suppose the advantage of teaching or completing a CELTA within a shorter time is that once you're done, and you can then focus on getting a job. And if you did your CELTA with like the British Council or International House or other reputable CELTA centres, then they will be able to help you navigate through the online teaching industry, because I know the British Council and International House are experimenting and having a range of teaching opportunities for new CELTA graduates. And there's a great opportunity for those that want to gain the experience, but and have that flexibility. But then it's nice to combine both in-class teaching and out of class, online teaching. Oh, anyway. But yeah, thank you, Issa, for the great question. I really appreciate it. Let me know where you're from, whoever's here, and where you're tuning in from. It'd be great to know if you're in Korea or in Europe or wherever. But I've decided now to stream my weekly episodes on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. I decided to go with Twitch. So yeah, that is that. But we have 4 people here, which is great. So thank you. But if I get enough questions, maybe this live stream can continue. But if not, then Anissa says she's from Brittany, France. Oh, that's great. Brittany in France. Yeah, lovely place. And reminds me of the time when I used to study in France at Rennes in France at the university, studying international business. But that seems a lifetime ago now. But yeah, these sort of weekly live streams will be made available. And actually, Issa, as you're a member with the YouTube community, I have a possible online student for you, a pair of twins, and I'm finding it quite difficult to teach them online. And I'm trying to find an alternative tutor to help teach them. So if you're interested, he's in teaching two twins from Paris. And they speak amazing, they're like 8 years old, but they speak French, they speak English, and they speak Mandarin Chinese. And if you're interested, he's of teaching them online, then feel free to perhaps send me an email or contact me privately, and I'll be happy to arrange you to teach them in place of me, because I find it very difficult now to teach any students online at a particular time when I'm either traveling in the afternoons or out from home in the afternoons at the weekend. But I'll be happy to recommend you as a replacement teacher if you're interested. Right. Any final questions? Then if not, I'll call it a day today. But yeah, thank you for joining the first episode. Apologies again that this episode was kind of short. It was I started off late because I was traveling, but I'm here now. And next week I'll make it from 10 p.m. Korean time. And what would that be? That would be 2 p.m. UK time, I guess. Or is it 1 p.m.? Yeah, anyway. Right, well, I'll call it a day. So thank you ever so much for joining. Apologies for such a short live stream, but I thought, why not start, eh? And I'll be here at 10 p.m. Korean time. In the meantime, thank you ever so much. And if you do have any questions, feel free to comment or get in touch, and I'll be happy to discuss any sort of queries or questions that you may have in next week's live stream. Anyway, thank you ever so much. Take care. And yeah, this is me, Martin, Soul Foreigner, and take it easy. Bye-bye.